कुमार स्वामी नायक गोंगवा लुगु लटोका रेडियो फीजी 2 में पुराना गाना लगे हमें बहुत अच्छा लगे।
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
Good evening, Fiji. In this bulletin, Blue Lane Initiative thrives. Travel bubble in doubt. And essential workers praised during virtual concert.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Smith.
Business for Denarau Nandi is slowly picking up following the opening of the government's Blue Lane initiative a month ago. A safe blue lane is being piloted at the Port Denarau Marina for yachts and pleasure craft sailing to Fiji, but the requirements are strict. All visitors must complete their quarantine before they are allowed to disembark and begin their holiday. Pranita Prakash reports.
More than 30 yachts have been cleared to berth at the marina since last month.
There have been 34 yachts so far that have arrived. 4 of that have been super yachts. That's from the initial vessel that we received on the 15th of July. At the moment, there are 5 out in quarantine awaiting clearance. Small boats carry around about an average of 4 people, and the bigger super yachts carry a total crew of about 12.
We've had over 20 yachts that have arrived, predominantly from New Zealand, but we look forward to more yachts coming through, with the various, health measures in place and, sticking to those protocols that have already been established.
The Port Denarau Marina Limited Chief Executive says some shops have extended their opening hours.
There's been a little bit more activity in terms of people movement, not as much as we normally expect at this time of the year because of commercial traffic, but there's been a lot more stimulation of businesses out here. Our workshops, which carry out repairs and maintenance works on boats, are extremely busy. As far as I can see, they are all back in business and operating fully now on the weekly basis.
Now that the Blue Lane initiative is open, the Port Denarau Marina expects 8 yachts per day. More than $40,000 have already been injected into the Fijian economy by the first yacht which arrived last month. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
Plans for Fiji to be included in the proposed travel bubble with Australia and New Zealand may not eventuate anytime soon, as both countries are battling with another wave of the coronavirus. Australian High Commissioner to Fiji, John Feeks, says the recent influx of new COVID cases may lead to the extension of the country's travel restrictions policy.
We understand absolutely how critical it is to get Australians back here, but we want to do it safely. And at the moment, with the outbreak in Australia, we need to get that under control before we can contemplate regularising travel between the two countries.
New Zealand High Commissioner to Fiji, Jonathan Kerr, states it may be premature at this stage to predict about prospects of the proposed travel bubble. He emphasized the need to strengthen bilateral relations in these times of uncertainty.
But I think the importance of countries working together, of collaborating, of sharing information, and of working to find creative solutions to dealing with the impact of this pandemic is really important. We're really fortunate. We have a great relationship with Fiji, and we're in constant dialogue, and we're looking at how we can support each other get through this really challenging times for our countries and our peoples.
Yes, yes, we do have a lot.
Economy Minister Ayaz Sayed Qayyum has stated that Fiji is in constant dialogue with Australia and New Zealand. He says they will be taking extra precaution to ensure if Fiji is included in the bubble, there is no threat of COVID-19 being imported to the country. The two countries make up the largest portion of tourists to Fiji every year, and easing travel restrictions would mean our tourism industry will revive. Chosayena Nunga, FBC News.
Entrepreneurs who have Fijian-made certification are urged to take advantage of the Fiji Forward initiative that was launched 3 months ago. Under this initiative, the Fijian government, through the U.S. Embassy in Fiji, are trying to secure markets in the U.S. for Fijian-made products. Jasaina Nunga reports.
The Fiji Forward initiative will encourage local businesses to establish and strengthen trade relations in the U.S. markets.
So it's an important journey we've begun. The initial steps have been taken, and there's great hope, there's great interest. Planning continues for our next sessions, both inside of Suva and outside of Suva. And we're actually also going to be doing it with the other islands I'm accredited to it.
Joseph Saylor says a team has been set to identify suitable products, and local women entrepreneurs are urged to enter to the world of business.
There is a lot of very impressive, resilient, strong women in Fiji, and it's my honor to play a small role with my colleagues in helping them advance their great work, help them knowing the challenges that remain, especially during a pandemic.
37-year-old entrepreneur Felicia Kay says the initiative is timely, considering our economic situation.
At this time, we need to stand up and work together, help each other to achieve our hopes and dreams. Because for me, with my business, my passion is I love cooking, and I thought that, okay, I'll do something which I'm making pickles, dips and chutneys, and I'm selling it at the market, and now I'm a successful entrepreneur.
The embassy plans to have more roundtable discussions with the internal and external stakeholders in the near future. Sosaye Nanunga, FBC News.
The Pacific Unite virtual concert, which showcased a range of performances from artists from around the region, has been hailed a success. Guest speaker Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama says the Pacific community have a strong bond and always stand together to fight any challenges that come our way. The first ever virtual concert paid tribute to essential workers and acknowledged their efforts to combat the spread of COVID-19. Venina Rakautonga has more.
A first-of-its-kind virtual concert, the pandemic will not stop the Pacific nations to rally in solidarity to support the fight against COVID-19.
In the face of any challenge, whether it's climate change, COVID-19 or both, our collective voice can wield incredible power. It does more than share our experiences. It shows the strength of solidarity, inspiring the unity our world needs among leaders, communities and citizens.
United Nations Deputy Secretary General Amina Mohammed spoke highly of healthcare and essential service workers who continue to carry out tremendous work during these times of crisis.
Governments, employers, community leaders, faith-based organizations, young people, we all have a role to play. Let us keep standing together to fight the virus. Let's say no to violence, no to discrimination, no to stigma, no to vicious misinformation. And let's say yes to solidarity.
The concert had been organized by the United Nations Pacific in collaboration with governments of the Pacific region. Venina Rakautonga, FBC News.
Up ahead, Fijians encouraged to download Care Fiji app, and hundreds enjoy monthly rock market.
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन.
With the re-emergence of COVID-19 cases in New Zealand, the Minister for Economy is once again emphasising on the need for Fijians to download the Care Fiji app. The app uses the Bluetooth technology to make contact tracing faster and accurate, and it notifies users if they are exposed to the coronavirus. Pranita Prakash reports.
The Economy Minister says digital contact tracing is efficient.
For example, we do have a situation like what's happened in Auckland. We very quickly need to be able to, trace where the source is. And the reality of the matter is, as you've seen in Auckland, if you aren't able to trace it, you'll have to go into lockdown. It has an enormous economic impact on your towns and your cities and indeed on your country.
Sayed Qayyum says with more Fijians downloading the app, it will be easier for the government to market Fiji and generate interest among holiday makers.
When countries like Australia and New Zealand, when you have a tourist that's sitting now in Australia and New Zealand planning their holiday, planning when the borders will open because they know there'll be very good rates available, they're not only going to look at what's the cost of going to Fiji in terms of the hotel rates or the air travel, they'll see what kind of health measures they have in place.
40% of the country's GDP is driven by the tourism industry. Sayed Qayyum says once more Fijians download the app, the government will be able to promote Fiji as a safe destination for tourists from Australia and New Zealand. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
It was a proud moment for Kanakana Budha Bay businesswoman Rebecca Tatila after winning the South Pacific Business Development Businesswoman of the Year award. Tatila, who started a business in early 2014, is reaping the benefits now with a reliable source of income for her family. Tatila is still striving for greater things ahead under the SPBD network of microfinance program that financially helps rural women. Venina Rakautonga has more.
Family support has been crucial in Rebecca Tatila's success, who started her business selling cigarettes and now sells a wide range of food products.
I did not dream of getting this reward, but I am so honored. I'm always thankful to my family for supporting my little business, especially my husband. When I face difficulty, he's always there to help me out.
It does not stop here for the Tukavesi native. With the help from the SPBD network, she has plans for her small business.
I am trying to invest in a freezer so I am able to sell frozen products like meats, drinks and other stuff to expand my business.
8 other local women micro-entrepreneurs were recognized for their achievement.
I congratulate those ladies who have continued to contribute towards their savings during this pandemic. I am sure that you have been innovative while times were difficult.
The award winners were part of the program, which serves 6 branch offices in 425 servicing centers around Fiji. SPBD provides these women with access to the financing to begin their small businesses in rural areas. Venina Rakautonga, FBC News.
The Gold FM Rock Market was held on a larger scale today as around 100 vendors showcased a wide variety of handmade craft, plants, household items and of course a huge range of food and delicacies. People from all walks of life took advantage of the good weather, making the monthly event in Suva a success. Venina Rakautonga again with this story.
Rarity and uniqueness is something the people visiting the Rock Market are always after. This week, this product made out of scuba dive tanks stood out.
We had to find a way to make use of it. Obviously, the tops are really nice for lamps, and you can have it with the shade or without the shade, in any color you like. We're actually using car paint, so it's easier to get whatever color you like.
Another highlight of the market day were the snakes. Owned by a retired fireman from Los Angeles, Todd Gear says he just wanted to show his pets to the people and earn some money.
It's a good way to just educate the kids a little bit and tell them a little bit. I don't know that much about them other than they're just real passive. You can take these right out of a tree, put them around your neck.
Rock Market coordinator Elana Kaloni Singer says she is overwhelmed with the support shown by the people every month.
It's been a beautiful turnout. The Rock Market's very well supported every month and we're very thankful for the support of the community. I think people know that they can come and find something different and that makes the Rock Market the beautiful part of Suva.
Due to the reopening of the Republic of Cappuccino Cafe, the Rock Market organizers had to expand the venue into Loftus Street. About 100 vendors were selling their goods at the Rock Market today. Venina Rakautonga, FBC News.
Perseverance has been the key to success for one of the oldest furniture shops in Fiji, Amira. Established in Nandi in the 90s, the family-owned business rose to popularity with its unique style of furniture. However, a major setback a few years ago almost caused the business to shut down. In our Successful Fijian segment tonight, we take a look at the struggles and sacrifices Amira Furniture's Fiji endured to continue surviving.
Michael Mackey's love for furniture has been the driving passion for Amira, and setting up a company was also a dream, says his wife Kitty Marie Mackey.
He felt that Fiji needed good quality furniture, especially for the people of Fiji or the islands. We are big people, and he felt that we needed something strong and something durable.
Marie says her husband Michael, who is originally from Sydney, has been in the furniture business his entire life and started off from the then Burns Phillip in 1982. The two met in 1988, fell in love before starting their furniture business, which they named after their firstborn. However, Marie says things were never rosy.
Yeah, there were challenges throughout our business, and we overcame them. We had to. We sacrificed a lot, and we also struggled throughout the years. And thank God we have come to what we want to.
But the couple was also determined that they will be successful.
What kept us going was our family. We needed to educate them, all locally educated, and that brought us joy.
Amira Furniture has also become a renowned brand for many Fijians over the years.
We have become known to the public, and at one time we sold to the Pacific region, namely Tonga, the Solomon Islands, New Caledonia, also to New Zealand, Australia, and to Italy.
The simple message also from Marie to those who want to start up their own business is that if you are passionate about it, nothing will stop you from achieving your goals. Philip and Icaso, FBC News.
Ahead in sports, Rewa wins Punja's BOG title. And Naita Siri gears up for clash against Suva. This and more after the break.
Pula nadang go aproslan garse go erkaki do televizyon varong na radio Fijian nandomo ibiti.
Radio Fijian nandomo ibiti.
Delta One Automotive Repairs Rewa side has been crowned the winners of the 2020 Punja's Battle of the Giants tournament. This comes after the Delta Tigers edged out Flow Valve's Island Accommodation Suva 1-0 in the final at Churchill Park in Lautoka. This is Rewa's 9th BOG title, having won the last one in 2017. Karalaini Tavi has more.
Dondro comes in, Anish with a low cross again. In comes the shot.
Rewa came out firing in the first half with Bruce Hughes scoring the lone goal in the 24th minute of play. Countless attempts from Suva captain Felipe Mbaravilala at goal proved futile in front of the Rewa defense. Despite missing the services of Josiah Sella, the injury-stricken Rewa side held the fort until the final whistle. Rewa fielded players who had less game time, but it paid off.
Give game opportunity to those players who were not part of the VPL or had less game time. And we came and think we grew game by game, we grew strength by strength.
Goal scorer Bruce Hughes says they were confident heading into the final against Suva.
Didn't lose hope as we used to do in our training. We fight till the last whistle and we keep on doing our best and God will do the rest.
Suva head coach Babs Khan says they had a lot of goal-scoring opportunities but failed to execute them.
I mean, we played some wonderful football, you know. We created some good scoring opportunities, but our strikers were not there on time, so that's football.
Rewa team captain Setareki Hughes won the best player of the tournament, while Isikeli Sevenai Jr., the young bar goalkeeper, won the Golden Glove Award. Nasinu's Jasneet Vikash won the Golden Boot Award. Karleni Tavi, FBC Sports.
Another player tested positive for marijuana at the Punja's Battle of the Giants tournament. Among the 84 tests done yesterday, one was confirmed positive. Fiji FA President Rajesh Patel confirms they will also wait for the lab results. Patel says the district has been notified about the player testing positive. FBC News has been reliably informed that the player is from Bar. Meanwhile, on the first day of the tournament, national rep Saula Wanga tested positive for marijuana. He has been suspended for 3 years as Wanga is a repeat offender. The Namosi rugby side will not be taking Lautoka for granted in round 5 of the Skipper Cup competition next week. After escaping a narrow 31-30 win over 14-men Yasawa team at Nandovu Park yesterday, the Namosi side is wary. The competition gets intense as it progresses. Karalaini Tavi has more.
Namosi manager Emory Mbolakoso says it was a close call and mistakes won't be repeated.
Thank Asawa for the good game today. I think we had some good learnings from Asawa for preparation for the next game against Lotok in February.
Yasawa rep Kalione Nasoko says Namosi had an upper hand, which gave them the win.
Playing with the 14 men cost us, with 15 men and 14, there's a mismatch. So, but I just want to thank the boys, the effort that they put in, even though we were 14, but we were able to score twice, and we were playing stronger until the last minute.
Namosi will host Lotoka at Thompson Park in Navua, while Yasawa will take on Tailevu at Ratudhakambo Park in Nosori next week. Caroline Tavi, FBC Sports.
The Naita series side will be doing the hard yards next week as they prepare to face Suva in round 5 of the Skipper Cup competition. After the triumph 9-6 win over Nandronga at Lawanga Park yesterday, the Highlanders know it is back to the drawing board as they prepare to face the defending champions. Caroline Tavi again with this report.
2 wins from 3 rounds. Drop kick.
The win was a historic one for the Naita series side.
Been longing to do this. Took us 19 years. We have won over them again. It's a typical game to Naita. We changed they did change the players. We did also change ours, but it's Nandronga. They're a champion team.
With injuries creeping in the Naita series team, they will need to regroup and build a stronger team against the capital side.
Suva is another challenge, so it's a big game next week, International Stadium. We need to work hard because all teams are getting fitter now. Injuries are creeping in, dropping form, so keep protecting our players. And should come all good by Monday review and preview, and we will turn up at the National Stadium for sure.
Nandronga will take this loss as a learning curve for their next match against Nandi.
The Naita series side really took us to the wire, and we have learned a lot in terms of the areas that we will need to improve on before our next match. The team were not able to execute the game plan, which led to us losing.
Nandi will host Nandronga at Prince Charles Park, while Suva take on Naita Siri at ANZ Stadium next week. Caroline Tavi, FBC Sports.
Fielding a mix of young and veteran players paid off for the Suva rugby team as they managed to bag another against Tailevu in the Skipper Cup competition yesterday. The capital side defeated Tailevu 24-15 and were able to secure a bonus point. Captain Sireli Lendua says they took advantage of Tailevu's weaknesses throughout the match, which helped them secure the win.
It's a 2-round game. We'll meet Tailevu again, and we've been working on Tailevu's weakness from Nandronga last week, and that's why we're coming up this week to get our 5 points.
South Sydney Rabbitohs halfback Adam Reynolds kicked a heart-stopping 31-30 win over North Queensland in an 11-try thriller in Townsville last night. The Rabbitohs trailed 30-24 with 5 minutes remaining before Alex Johnston scored in the corner. It was premiership-winning Reynolds who slotted the match-winning field goal in the dying moments to seal South's 8th win of the season. The Reds moved up to second spot on the Super Rugby Aotearoa table after a 19-3 bonus point victory over the Melbourne Rebels in Brisbane last night. It was all going relatively smoothly for the side from Melbourne as Matt Tumua rewarded their early control with a penalty. But quick-fire tries put the Queenslanders in command. And in weather, mostly fine and windy conditions prevailed over most parts of the country. A quick look at the weather map looking in the west. Breezy this morning, otherwise mostly sunny and pleasant conditions. Eastwards from Pacific Harbour to Suva, mostly sunny and windy conditions, but turn cloudy in the afternoon. And up north, mainly clear and pleasant conditions. At sea, moderate to fresh southeast winds, moderate to rough seas. Turning to the tides, low tide is at 10:26 p.m. with high tide at 4:40 tomorrow morning. Sunrise is at 6:25. Tomorrow's temperatures to remain in the high 20s. Now for tomorrow, it'll be partly cloudy conditions over the eastern parts and interior of the larger islands. Fine weather elsewhere, cool at night. And our further outlook, we're looking further on to Wednesday, mostly fine and cool conditions. Recapping the main stories for tonight. Blue Lane initiative thrives, travel bubble in doubt, and essential workers praised during virtual concert. Now for these stories and others, tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. Our poll question we're asking, are you happy with the lifting of the Kawakawa and Donu ban? Visit our FBC website to answer. And you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj, via Facebook page FBC News and our Twitter page at FBC_news. That's your news for tonight. Until tomorrow, from the team and I, have a fantastic new week ahead. Stay safe. Bye for now.
My name is Neha and I'm from Karavi, and Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.